Dennis Tolliver here. Our job is oftentimes to explain technology to salespeople, and I found that sometimes visual aids helps in doing that. Now granted, the technical people get it, but I'm oftentimes talking to salespeople, and we have technology, Flex Fabric, Flex 10, fiber channel over Ethernet, 10 gigabit pipes, data pipes, etc., and I know when we do this talk sometimes they don't track with us, so let me show you how I do it, and you can feel free to copy this if you like, but this is what I do. As you can see right here, I have a bag, and this bag is from a local home store that sells products that you would use around your house. So I bought one of these, and I start off my presentation with this and saying, this represents a fat data pipe, if you please, a fat pipe, or a 10 gigabit pipe. Now granted, that 10 gigabit pipe would run through a cable about this size, and by the way, the cables are the same size whether it's 1 gigabit or 10 gigabit, but for purposes of this illustration, imagine this is a fat pipe, 10 gigabit. Now in a 10 gigabit pipe, I can put a lot of 1 gigabit pipes. So these items that I'm showing you here, they can be purchased at any home store that sells hardware items. 10 1 gigs in one 10 gig pipe. 10 1 gigs in a 10 gig pipe. Now from a customer perspective, would you rather have 1,000 1 gig connections with 1,000 ports to manage, 1,000 cables, or would you rather consolidate that into 10 gig and have 1/10 as many ports, cables, connections to manage? Which would you rather have from a customer perspective? Would you rather have 1,000 ports or 100 ports? Would you rather have 1,000 cables or 100 cables? I think that's obvious. Now we have to look at it from a salesman's perspective. If you were a salesperson, would you rather sell 1,000 ports or 100 ports? And therein is the conflict. So if you were a networking company, you might want to think about doing something additional in your business so you could have some additional revenue. If your whole business was networking and it looked like your port count was going to go to 10% of what it was in the past. So let's look at this 10 gig pipe and what we can do with it, and let's think about the functionality we can provide to the customer. So we're going to take the 1 gigs and we're going to put them away. And let's put some different pipes in here now, and let's look at Flex Fabric. Now you notice this picture. All of us have done the presentation on converged infrastructure, and you'll notice that picture that talks about Flex Fabric. Pull it up on one of your presentations. It looks like a lot of pipes stacked up inside pipes, just like this. And that's maybe where I got part of this inspiration for this illustration for salespeople. But in Flex Fabric, I can put 4 connections in one 10 gigabit pipe, and I can size them. As you can see, one of these pipes is larger and the other 3 are the same size. So I could take this 10 gig bandwidth if I wanted to, and I could divide it up into 5 gigabits, and then I could do 1 1/3 gigabits for the other 3 pipes. Very flexible like that. If I wanted to, I could size a fatter pipe in there. If I wanted to, I could do maybe one really big fat pipe and one smaller pipe like that. And I can only have 2 pipes if I want. It's very flexible. It's Flex 10. But I can have up to 4 connections, and I can size those connections according to the demand for the load. So that is Flex 10 running in 10 gigabit, and it provides the flexibility of sizing the 4 connections within that one 10 gigabit pipe, or 4 NICs if you please, or maybe 1 iSCSI and 3 normal NICs, sized within that Flex 10 pipe. Fiber channel over Ethernet provides 2 pipes within the 10 gig pipe. 1 pipe for Ethernet and 1 pipe for fiber channel. Just 2 pipes within the 10 gigabit pipe. That's fiber channel over Ethernet. So it's not that flexible, and granted the pipes would fill up this pipe, but it's just 2 pipes, one of which is Ethernet and one of which is fiber channel. Now we with our Flex Fabric, we do something much nicer than that, and that is we put one nice big fat pipe in there for block data, and then we can put another pipe that's pretty large in there for Ethernet data, and then we want a smaller pipe, no problem, and another smaller pipe. We can take the 10 gigabit bandwidth and slice it up. So we slice up the bandwidth to fill up the 10 gigabit, and one of those is block data. That can be fiber channel or that could be iSCSI. So we take this, put it in a fat 10 gigabit pipe, reduce the cable count, and give the customer flexibility in sizing it. And you're welcome to use my illustration. All these parts can be purchased at a home supply store local for about $8. Thanks so much, and I hope it's of value to you. Happy selling.